guys, what's up? It's me, Thomas. Tonight, back here with the kill count. Tonight, well, time back to Zombieland with the 2019 film, Zombieland Double Tap. Yep, we're joining back with Tallahassee and the gang, and, well, I think we'll see how many kills they get this time. Be sure to like, subscribe for more. Hope you enjoy. Let's go. By the way, expect high body count if you guys remember the last previous
Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims
Hey,
in all our favorite horror movies. I'm James A. Janice, and today I've got my work cut out for me, because I'm finally looking at Zombieland Double Tap, released
baby.
10 years after the original in 2019. The first Zombieland is a horror
get
comedy
another
classic
Zombieland in like
that came upon the
2029.
crest of zombie mania in American pop
every
culture.
10 years there's
It
a new
notably
Zombieland.
featured an all-star cast of Woody Harrelson and a bunch of young actors who would quickly go on to enjoy massive critical fame. This sequel brings them back, reuniting all four of the principal stars with writers Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick, this time joined by David Callahan, and director Ruben Fleischer, who was just coming off directing Venom.
Nice.
I actually got to do a cool monster truck event for this movie and speak to the writers alongside Chelsea last January. It was one of the few events we got to do in 2020 before Rona shut everything down. Zombieland Double Tap, which takes its subtitle from a term that the original did not invent,
double tap.
sorry for implying it did, is a pretty late arriving sequel. Plans for a second Zombieland actually began before the first film was even released, but for a long time, the main actors involved just weren't sold on a script. They and the filmmakers went on to do other big things. Co-writers Reese and Wernick, for example, wrote Deadpool and its sequel, until things finally fell into place for Double Tap to start filming in January 2019, once again in Atlanta, Georgia. If the original came at a time when zombies were still fresh, the sequel was released long after they had re-died. The most recent zombie craze had a long, agonizing death, but I think its end was punctuated when Andrew Lincoln left The Walking Dead. Coming 1 year after that, Double Tap feels like an unnecessary sequel. Not a bad movie by any means, but there's not a lot here that feels groundbreaking. That is, other than the amount of kills I'm gonna have to count. Dear God, I have been dreading this moment. Because in case you forgot, in the original Zombieland kill count, I counted all the zombie deaths. A rule I made before I saw this sequel. If only you knew, Past James. If only you knew. Zombie kills can get awfully bloody, but with a sponsor for this episode, I can leave the carnage uncut. Manscaped has a plethora of personal hygiene products that'll keep you from being mistaken for a nasty undead zombie. You wouldn't want to get Bill Murray'd, you know? One of my favorite Manscaped tools is their Weed Whacker nose and ear hair trimmer. Because the older you get, the more unseemly that stuff can be. And I ain't getting any younger. With a 9,000 RPM motor and a 360-degree rotary dual blade system, the Weed Whacker will clean up your face holes while preventing any nicks or snags. That's because it uses the same skin-safe technology used by the lawnmower body hair trimmer.
Nice.
You can get the Weed Whacker by itself or as part of the Performance Package for 20% off and free shipping by going to manscaped.com/deadmeat. That's 20% off and free shipping to all sorts of places by going to manscaped.com/deadmeat. I've got a hell of a job ahead of me, but the time for complaining has passed. It's time to shut up and count up.
Yep, this one's gonna be a long one. And James has been dreading this one, so all I can say is, heads up, this is about to get bloody. Both human and zombie-wise, though probably more zombie, considering how zombie films go. Oh, let's take a look back and see how many kills Double Taps actually get us. Let's go. First up.
The movie begins. Wait, there are 2 kills before the movie even begins?
Wow.
Oh, fuck, does that not bode well? Once again, Columbus starts the film off with narration, welcoming us back to Zombieland and flexing his meta by showing he knows he's in a movie.
We have a lot of choices when it comes to zombie entertainment, and we appreciate you picking us.
After 10 years of living in Zombieland, our heroes know their undead foes so well, they've named the different types. There are Dum-Dum Homers, who serve more as entertainment and target practice than actual threats. Speedy Smarty Hawkins, who can use bodies they find on the ground to solve puzzles and get themselves additional kills.
Clever girl.
Hey, that's my reference. And finally, the so-called ninja zombie, who, much like a smelly fart, is silent silent but deadly. Let's re-meet our Oscar-worthy cast, y'all. Jesse Eisenberg as Columbus, Woody Harrelson as Tallahassee, Abigail Breslin as Little Rock, and Emma Stone as Wichita. Friggin' master of puppets brings in our title card because Zombieland knows how to use Metallica, with the originals opening montage set to For Whom the Bell Tolls. Director Ruben Fleischer wanted Master of Puppets back then, but couldn't afford the rights. Looks like this sequel got the big bucks. The song plays as the characters kill 21 zombies in a slow-motion opening credits sequence shot at a whopping 450 frames per second. That allowed the actors to do everything at a normal speed while still getting this wonderfully fluid slow-mo. And I know that slow motion in Metallica seems like a far too obvious way to make something seem badass, but Zombieland is aware of how ridiculous it is, so I think it works. Besides, how can you not love Woody Harrelson's face right now? The crew decides to move into the White House, cause fuck it, might as well be president of Zombieland, right? As a history nerd, I love the scenes of them hanging out on Pennsylvania Avenue, living among American artifacts and exchanging Christmas gifts wrapped in Taft.
Who's our fattest president?
Also the only one to become a Supreme Court justice. Chief Justice, in fact. Tallahassee's gift to Little Rock is the Colt 45 Elvis gave to Nixon. A real-life thing that actually happened. Tally thinks it's rad because he loves the king, but Little Rock has been bristling beneath his overbearing, patronizing ways. Meanwhile, Columbus and Wichita have been living in sin in the Lincoln bedroom. And when Columbus tries to propose to her with the friggin' Hope Diamond as a ring, she doesn't exactly jump up and down screaming yes.
Married people only do one thing.
What, fight? We already do that.
Get divorced.
The proposal freaks out Wichita so much that the next morning, Columbus wakes up to find that the ladies have fled the capital, driving away in the Beast, the presidential limo that Tallahassee's been outfitting with armor and a minigun.
They could not.
You are so gorgeous.
The decision of the sisters to flee harkens back to their flightiness in the first movie.
Pretty much.
Never get attached, remember?
And also gets them out and about so we can meet our first new Zombieland character, the hippy-dippy Berkeley. Namaste, hey girl! A month later, Columbus is...
Yeah, honestly, I was kind of expecting that, so that's what, the third time they abandoned them? Seriously. At this point, like I said, I probably would have just shot him at that point. Remember the first time, they hold him off twice, stole their car, 3 times at this point. Like, what? Alright, no more attachments. Gotcha. Bye-bye. Like, dude, come on, man. It's like the 3rd time these 2 boys got duped by them. Ouch.
is still mopey, while Tallahassee's ready to hit the road again. There are only so many local zombies to kill with the titular double tap. If you liked how the first movie gave out its own golden chainsaw, good news, they're still at it, giving Zombie Kill of the Week to an excitable Iowan farmer.
You died, zombie!
To their credit, it is a great kill, full of blood and laughter and tying everything up in a nice package at the end. Tallahassee says he wants to roam because he has Blackfoot Native American heritage, a clumsy plot device in my opinion that only serves to set up that kill-counting nightmare of an ending.
And they hunted those buffalo by herding them off the cliff to their deaths.
While perusing scented candles, Columbus runs into and nearly kills a woman named Madison.
You said it was a zombie?
Yeah, of course, a zombie.
Oh my god, no, I don't even eat meat. I'm a vegetarian. Vegan, actually.
She's been hiding in a pinkberry freezer and is very happy to see another human being in person. Maddie is played by Zoe Deutsch in a film-stealing performance. Though she's not a fan of Tallahassee's brusque sarcasm, she hits it off with Columbus, with whom she shares an earnestness and excitedness, though she trails him in survival prep.
You have a list of rules for surviving Zombieland?
Actually, mine is just mostly stay in the freezer.
He takes her back to the White House and shows her the Lincoln bedroom, where she pounces on this Ohioan in the bed of a Kentuckian, not an Illinoisan, because Honest Abe was a carpetbagger. And that's why he now has to share his room with Obama and friggin' Borat and bear witness to all this sexy time. Very nice. Their emancipation penetration might make for good cardio, but it probably feels more like a Seward's Folly when Wichita shows up suddenly and without warning. She's here to grab some weapons because Little Rock is gone, fled from her sister with Berkeley and the Beast. The two of them are headed to Elvis's home of Graceland.
Now you how
with
we
a big
feel
bag
there,
of
Wichita.
weed fit for the king. The activism-evoking name of Little Rock's runaway boyfriend is enough on its own to incense Tallahassee, but then he hears that he's also a pacifist, and that sends him into an explosive rage.
Oh boy.
No, I have nothing against pacifists. I just want to beat the shit out of them.
The three make plans for a
be
temporary
fair, I don't think
team-up to
Maximus
get
is gonna
Little
last too
Rock
long
back
here.
safe and sound. Columbus and Wichita are just starting to repair their relationship when the newbie
But
shows up
here
and
we go.
complicates things.
You coming back to bed?
Damn, Columbo, already forgot about those pink berries you were picking? The next day, they
Well,
all
to be
set
fair,
out
Wichita
in the
left,
only
so what do you
vehicle
expect was
available,
gonna happen?
a teal and brown Pontiac Transport, the sight of which causes more cartoonish rage from the minivan-hating Tallahassee. Wish he would tone it down a smidge there. Madison tries to make friends
Calm
with
down,
Wichita,
buddy.
but a wall of jealous frustration prevents any communication outside of snide remarks.
You guys are all very sarcastic.
Yeah, they're not nice people. Sorry about that, Madison. Just try to ignore them.
Tallahassee finds an RV
Well, to be fair, yeah, I'd probably be a little wary about Wichita. Like, seriously. Left me 3 times. Like, why do you think you can come back for a 4th? Like, seriously. At that point, I'm like, oh, hi. Abandon me again, or leave us without a car again. I will shoot you in the head. Got that? Again, zombie apocalypse. Yeah. Gotta be careful with those who abandon him. Like, seriously. I don't think I would have given him once. Like, they abandoned me once. If they try to come back, I'd be like, no. Like, seriously. Anyway.
RV to replace the minivan
RV.
with, but the alarm goes off and summons a horde of zombies, meaning it's time for me to put my counting cap on. 26 zombies, one for every goddamn letter of the alphabet, get killed as Columbus calls out locations of threats for Tallahassee and Wichita to gun down. Columbus also occasionally puts some Zeds down for himself, and at one point Madison helps Wichita score a kill.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's a fun sequence, and like many in this movie, combines
spot, I
humor
guess.
from the characters being themselves with exciting action as they take care of the undead enemies looking to feast on their flesh. The last zombie killed in this parade of carnage is a Hawking that runs at Columbus, only to be shot mid-air as he flies off the bus. Good kill.
Damn, nice landing.
A ninja zombie bites at Madison's foot until Columbus kills it by shooting it in the head. But then a final foe shows up that isn't put down by Tally's bullets. This is an all-new strain of zombie, a so-called T-800, whose resilience to being double-tapped earns its terminating moniker. Tallahassee unloads his weapons, but it's not enough to put the Zed down. He's not completely stopped until his head gets squished. Thank you, Manscaped. The new RV is bested by...
Yeah, honestly, I like a... Whoops. If I saw that, I'd be like, well, shit. Alright, get the axe, or cut the head off. How it goes, but...
a They Might Be Giants live album, so the crew is forced to continue
And
on
back
in the
we go.
minivan. While chatting, Madison comes up with the idea of ride-sharing apps, something these people would have never known about since their society ended in 2009. The others make fun of her since the idea sounds crazy and dangerous, and during the exchange, Emma Stone legit laughs at Zoe Deutsch's performance.
Like, if they try to murder you, you go like, you get 0 points. But if they don't try to murder you, you be like, you get 5 points.
I noticed that character break the first time I watched this, and the behind-the-scenes stuff confirmed my suspicions.
Zoe Deutsch, just spectacular and very funny to a level that's a bit problematic because we're having a hard time shooting the scenes and not completely cracking up and having to redo them again.
Unfortunately, all of a sudden, Madison's not feeling good, and if that puking's any indication, it's about to be zombie o'clock. The 4 lead actors had script approval, which is pretty rare, and even more unusual is that Woody Harrelson had puke approval. For Madison's upchuck, he demanded something thick and chunky, so makeup and effects artist Tony Gardner made a batch
Gardner.
of vomit
See you
using
again.
vanilla pudding, almond milk, and granola chunks. Not sure what would taste
Not
better,
sure that tastes.
or the zombie mouth goo Gardner's team made, consisting of chocolate syrup and coffee grounds. I've mentioned Tony
Not sure about
Gardner
the
a
coffee
lot
ground
on this
part.
channel since he worked on Bones, Hellfest, and of course Seed of Chucky,
Chucky.
where he also played himself. For Double Tap, he designed the silicone zombie prosthetics in a way to make the undead seem more weathered and aged than they did 10 years prior. Hope the the makeup was comfortable, because that's Tony's daughter Kira having the effects applied to her right there. Kira Gardner's actually a filmmaker herself and is currently working on a Child's Play documentary. I might just make a small appearance in it. With Madison's fate seemingly sealed, there's only one thing left for her new friends to do.
If you love something, you shoot it in the face.
Columbus catches up to her in the woods, and with her looking worse by the minute, he apologizes before firing his gun off screen. Now lacking the film's funniest character, they continue their trip to Graceland,
we'll see her
which
later.
absolutely elates Tallahassee.
Okay,
Every choice I've ever made in my life has been leading me to this moment right here.
But then they find Graceland in complete and utter shambles, and that leaves Tally all shook up. Wichita is too, since Little Rock isn't here, but they quickly find a replacement Graceland. Replaceland? A little place called the Hound Dog Hotel. With the Beast parked out front, maybe they finally tracked down Little Rock. Inside, the hotel looks like the real-life Graceland, complete with exhibits like Elvis's actual shoes. I can understand the excitement of seeing those. For Christmas, Chelsea got me a pair of David Bowie's actual shoes that he wore in the Let's Dance music video. That gets her off the hook for Christmas gifts for like a decade. Tallahassee takes a moment to tickle the king's ivories, but he's assaulted by a woman played by Rosario Dawson, sticking a gun in his face.
Hi, my name's Tallahassee.
Nevada.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Wait,
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Nevada.
Yeah, that's what I thought you said, which means you're clearly not from Nevada. Come on! Everyone meets, and Nevada tells Tally he's lucky she didn't Murray him.
You know, when you shoot someone because you think they're a zombie? Apparently that's how Bill Murray died.
She also says Little
Yeah,
Rock
we don't say
left
anything
with
about
Berkeley
that.
days
Sorry.
ago, headed to a place called Babylon, an apparent safe haven. Babylon is filled with Gen Zers and Beto O'Rourke's because no guns allowed is this place's one rule.
That and no group 6.
The guns are melted down in the shadow of Babylon's tower, which sits in the middle of this enormous, colorful, and quite frankly thriving community. Look at that rooftop courtyard. At the Hound Dog Hotel, Tallahassee and Nevada bond
Honestly, the
over
no
a
guns
deep
thing,
love
which
of
I
Elvis
get, but
Aaron
shouldn't that be
Presley
in
and
a
brown
storage
liquor.
room?
The two of them sleep together, and in the morning, while Tallahassee's giving an encore performance, they hear the sound of twisted metal. It's the Beast being run over by a giant honking monster truck.
My apologies, Tiny Elvis. Just didn't expect anything to be parked in my driveway.
It's time for our final new characters. Luke Wilson as Albuquerque and Thomas Middleditch as Flagstaff, who serve as mirror images of Tallahassee and Columbus, down to Flag having his own list of Zombieland guidelines.
Expect the unexpected. It's actually one of my commandments.
These doppelganger characters were originally offered to Ryan Reynolds and Michael Cera, but I like Wilson and Middleditch in the roles.
Fair.
Both of them, Middleditch especially, do a great job mimicking the actors opposite them while still seeming like their own person.
It's just great having two of you.
I think so. Also, their names are a bit of an inside joke. Albuquerque and Flagstaff were the original names for Tallahassee and Columbus before they decided to use East Coast cities to match the Georgia-based production. Some zombies have followed the Southwest Bizarro Boys here, so the two of them go to show how they kill the brainless undead in this apocalyptic idiocracy. They fight and kill the 3 T-800s while the others watch through the window, but we don't get to see the ultimate kills on screen. During their celebration slash debrief, Nevada notices a bite on Kirky's arm, and after some more yellow puking, man, it's so gross. We've got ourselves a couple more T-800s. The fight scene that follows is a masterpiece of choreography and camera work that took a day and a half to film, which makes sense given that it goes on for way longer than you'd expect.
How you doing? Bad. How are you? Bad.
The 2 minutes of non-stop action is filmed to look like an unbroken take, although there are about 7 hidden cuts during which the actors would swap out with stunt performers. They're done seamlessly though, and the sequence is a highlight of the film. It finally ends when the doppelgangers are killed, Kirky by a head bash with a guitar, and Flagstaff by a gunshot to the dome.
Thank
These guys
you.
are dicks.
Good kills, but
Yeah, well, that's what happens. Don't cover up all the way. Yeah, probably be like, hey, hold it. Bite check. I guess when you ever have like a, zombie infestation, I think I make my own rule, like, always do a bite check. Like, get bit. Bye-bye. No, that's not gonna last long. If you do get bit, wait a minute. See how it goes. Like, I know there's the chance of immunity, but still. Probably still have a rule in place to always do a bite check. Anyway, moving along.
But not Zombie Kill of the Year. That award went to a dude in Pisa, Italy, who lured a trio of zombies towards a womannequin and her kittikins before leaning the famous tower right on over to crush them to death. Though there's obvious chemistry between Tallahassee and Nevada, they decide not to bring her along right now. Maybe she had to go help Corey campaign. Since Tallahassee can't get a hang of the monster truck, they're forced to use the minivan once again. They shortly catch up with an ice cream truck on the road, and look who's driving that freezer on wheels.
Addie?
Why the hell is she still alive?
Yep, lucky for all of us, Madison is back. She says her earlier state was caused by a nut allergy after eating trail mix, and Columbus, out of kindness, shot his gun over her head.
I was really just trying to scare you off.
You're not gonna get rid of me that easy.
Oh no.
The quartet makes it to Babylon, though Tallahassee's reluctant to abandon his Second Amendment rights since it'll allow him to see Little Rock, he reluctantly complies. Production designer Martin Wist had a fun time making Babylon, a hipster hippie utopia with aesthetics based on Burning Man. That meant a lot of scavenged materials and original artwork. It's a great location for the film to have, especially for use in this final act. The group finds Little Rock and wraps her up in a big ol' hug, but she's not exactly thrilled to see them here.
These people are peaceful and they're friendly and nice, and honestly, I don't think you're gonna fit in here.
I love how much of this movie calls out that the main characters are kind of shitty. Tallahassee actually approves of Little Rock's new safety, so he decides it's time to head out on his own like the lone wolf he thinks he is. Everyone takes it hard, especially Madison.
I will never forget you. What's his name?
See you, pals.
It's Tallahassee. I told you that.
Sally Tally!
That's another instance of the cast
here we go.
Performance. I noticed it as an editor because they cut away halfway through her line.
Sally Tally!
It was once again confirmed by Blu-ray special.
Okay, this
time the blooper.
Show it.
What's your name?
It's Tallahassee. I told you that.
Sally Tally!
I love how much Emma Stone appreciates Deutsch's comedy.
So it was impossible for all of us.
So funny.
It's so funny.
But everybody's so funny. It's a great thing. I mean, it's like.
But especially Zoe.
As soon as he starts his solo run, though, Tallahassee comes across an army of T-800s running towards a fireworks show at Babylon. He quickly heads back to alert them of the threat, which is gonna be tough to deal with, considering they melted down all the weapons.
That's how we made these cool little peace thingies.
Berkeley exposes his uselessness, so Little Rock breaks up with him and makes amends with Tallahassee, who takes charge of the community to plan out their defense.
They outnumber us 100 times, but they ain't got what we do.
Guns.
We don't have guns.
What?
They do have biodiesel, though, which the original foursome uses to lay a trap for the zombies, and also a trap to break my kill counting spirit. With the lighting of more fireworks, they lure the horde towards their walls, then light the fuse to a biodiesel bomb that lays inside a fence of flames to keep the zombies back. The zombies accumulate into an uncountable number, especially with the quality of those flame effects in the long shots, and then are all blown to bits by the bomb. This is the first of 3 occasions where I just didn't know what to do. First, I tried asking the writers themselves.
It's like maybe 1,000? I don't know, tough to say. I wanted to ask how many extras he had on set just to give me some kind of number to work with.
A lot of those were visual effects.
Then I tried talking to my buddy MatPat about the software he used when he counted up the kills in Mulan. But those were dark figures against a white background, which allowed AI to detect them. This is just dark zombies in a dark scene fucking exploding. AI can't handle that, so I took things into my own hands. I counted 50 zombies in the clearest and most well-lit shot, but after that, the pen continues to fill for another 12 seconds before the bomb blows up. Since it took 19 seconds to get from when the first zombies crossed the barricade to when I counted 50 inside the pen, I'll just assume there was a rate of 50 zombies per 19 seconds. That means 12 more seconds would give us an additional 32 zombies zombies, rounding up, resulting in a total sum of 82 zombies blown up with the biodiesel bomb. But, like I said, that was only the first of 3 headaches for me, because plenty of Zeds didn't get blown up, and countless more surround the platform upon which the main characters stand. Though they fight back, these are T-800s, so I don't think any stabs or bludgeons would count as kills. In fact, things look so bad, they embrace each other in a Toy Story 3 style group death hug. And that's when Nevada shows up in the monster truck. Here we have hassle number 2. It's easy enough to count a single zombie being crushed, but after the others get into the truck and Nevada starts Tokyo drifting, it becomes another all-out splatterfest. I leaned on editor Josh for this counting session, and he and his girlfriend painstakingly tracked 139 zombies getting run over, pulled under the monster truck tires, sideswiped, destroyed in a gore twister, and otherwise murdered by Nevada's big rig road rage. Also, using a monster truck to kill zombies is an idea that was around from the very first draft of Zombieland 2, according to Reese and Wernick. You can see why. They end up tipping over the monster truck and gain access to the tower after various things are dropped upon the zombies in their way. I'm glad Madison and Berkeley get to have a hero moment as they continue to kill more zombies who give chase into the tower, giving us 13 total to add to the count. Inside the stairs, I think 2 zombies are killed by Nevada and Tallahassee as they run up to the roof.
Donkey Kong, motherfuckers!
Finally, Babylon is able to enact their ultimate plan, Tallahassee leading the zombies on a zombie run off the tower's edge. Once again, Josh and his lady helped me count here, and we saw 70 zombies running off the ledge while Tallahassee heroically dangles from a crane. Man, why did I think counting zombies was a good idea? I probably won't do it again when I get to Train to Busan. Oh, and the reason I'm counting 72 deaths here is because there are a couple of coda kills. 2 walkers who almost get Sally Pally until he's saved by Little Rock with the Elvis gun she snuck inside. They rescue Tallahassee, everybody exchanges hugs, and Wichita finally says yes to Columbus's proposal.
Because Zombieland or not, we're meant to be together.
I'll find it.
Everybody kiss. I said everybody kiss! Get to it, newbies! There's one last kill to throw onto the pile, too. A Homer wanders off the edge on his own. So, the movie ends with celebratory fireworks, 420 legalize it! And the new family driving off into the sunset in Elvis's pink Cadillac. Then there's a mid-credits scene taking place on day 0 of the zombie problem, during which Bill Murray was doing a press junket for Garfield 3, Flabby Tabby.
Why in the world Garfield 3?
Drugs cost money.
I love that they got a bunch of real TV personalities for this scene, and that Bill Murray didn't have any scripted lines. He just ad-libbed everything. While taking a selfie with Bill, Al Roker starts puking up yellow stuff and turns into a zombie before getting knocked out by Bill with a chair. Murray leaves the interview and goes on a zombie-beaten rampage that was filmed in just 90 minutes using 3 cameras at once. It's an impressive showcase of Bill Murray's physical comedy. The 68-year-old is doing all of this himself, with no stunt performers or stand-ins. I don't think any of his chair hitting or plate smashing would count as kills, but we do see Lily Estefan as a zombie. Since we saw her alive earlier during the interviews, I'll go ahead and count her as our final kill of the episode. Thank God.
I hate Mondays.
How many zombies were tapped until they wound up on the kill count? I mean, I can't tell you for certain, but I'll give you a bullshit estimate. Let's go!
Not again!
Oh, shit.
To the right, to the right, to the right!
These won't stop. Someone help!
Oh boy. Lost the crew. Sorry.
By my best estimate, there were 376 kills in Zombieland Double Tap. That beats the record of 292 set by Final Destination 532 days ago.
Look at that.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner and new Kill Count champion, Zombieland Double Tap! Congratulations. With a runtime of 99 minutes, that left us with a kill on average every 15.8 seconds. What the fuck, man? I'll give the Golden Chainsaw for coolest kill to the first T-800 of the film. After nearly 4 years of kill counting, I can safely say a head being crushed is one of my favorite kinds of kills. The Machete for lamest kill will go to the 3 T-800s killed off screen by Flagstaff and Albuquerque. And that's it. Zombieland Double Tap came out in 2019, and though it set the record, was not the most difficult movie I've ever had to count. I did give up during Rec 3, after all. Until next time, I'm James A. Janice. This has been the Kill Count. Thanks a lot.
Yep, there we go. Kill count for the Zombieland Double Tap. 378. Well, for a while until, Zoran brought up Dude Party Massacre 3. Eesh, poor him. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that one. Till next time, like, subscribe for more. See ya.